The first time I knew that there's a novel titled Bumi Manusia, written by Pramudia Anantadul, is when I was at grade 12. There's a friend of mine who enthusiastically talked about it. However, I felt that the book was uninteresting for me, so I just let it go, until I had the opportunity in my public speaking course to read the novel. I read Bumi Manusia and I found many unbelievable stories from that. Besides, this book also gives new insight for me, and here is the most crucial insight that I've got after reading Bumi Manusia. For me, the most interesting part of this book is when Mika came to Kotabi and feeling annoyed to the Java tradition. He had to crawl to meet the regent, who is his own father. I was surprised when I read this part. While Mika was walking on his to meet the regent, he didn't stop mocking the tradition. Even he said, "Dan jarak yang hampir 10 meter itu, aku tempuh dengan menyumpah lebih dari 3 bahasa. Bagaimana manusia biasa berjalan dengan sepenuh kaki di atas telapak kaki sendiri harus berjalan dengan menggunakan setengah kaki dibantu dengan 2 belah tangan. Ya Allah, kau nenek moyang, kau, apa sebab kau ciptakan adat yang menghina martabat turunanmu sendiri begini macam? Keturunanmu bisa lebih mulia tanpa menghinakan engkau." It didn't stop there. After the regent was right in front of Minka, Minka had to take his arm up to adore the regent. Then I continued my surprise, and I realized while Minka was mumbling inside it angrily and said, "Dalam mengangkat sembah serasa hilang seluruh ilmu dan pengetahuan yang kupelajari tahun demi tahun belakangan ini. Hilang indahnya dunia sebagaimana dijanjikan oleh kemajuan ilmu. Dan entah berapa kali lagi aku harus mengangkat sembah nanti. Sembah pengagungan pada leluhur dan pembesar melalui perendahan dan penghinaan diri sampai sedatar tanah kalau mungkin. Anak cucuku tak kurelakan menjalani kehinaan ini." If you want to see that, it is written on page 182. For information, I used to do the same thing as what Minka did when I was in my pesantren Salaf, which is Salaf Pesantren. Okay, let me first give the overview about the tradition, what santri Salaf usually do to their kiai or their nyai. Yes, we used to walk on our knees before our teachers or our kiai. Because of that, what Minka stated in that part were reeling around Maman for more than 3 days. I really wanted to know what the fundamental perspective of that thought. Then, because of my curiosity, I read other literatures talking about Javanese feudalism, that I get a new insight from it. The differences between what Minka did and what I used to do in Pesantren Salaf is different spirit. If the feudalism comes from the political system, which a king is the highest strata of the people, a king is the one who holds the power, and a king is representative of God. So that's why one of the title in Javanese king is Hamengkubawono. It is because it means the one who saved the world. However, the tradition in Pesantren Salaf comes from tawadu, akhlak, and ta'zim. For Pesantren tradition, giving respect to kiai or nyai, even though with crawling on knees or walking on knees, doesn't necessarily humiliate it. It's a part of respecting knowledge, respecting knowledgeable person, and respecting teachers. It is important to remember also that the tradition is not commanded by the kiai. It appears from the santri themselves. It appears basically as a part of how we express our love and how we express our honor to our kiai or nyai in pesantren. Well, after studying about that, I was thinking, will Minka's perspective change if he went to Pesantren Salaf? Or will Santren's perspective change if the Santris read Bumi Manusia? It's only about people perspective. In my opinion, whatever book we read, we always have a choice to be a good or a bad servant before God. Thank you.